Hey there, this is Real Talk Baseball on College Baseball. With me as always is Ernie Orange, and we have a great show for you guys today. There's a lot of news, there's a lot of baseball, there's a lot of prospects coming up and playing good baseball as well. But before we start, I want to see how are you doing out there, Ernie?
Hey, what's going on, Carlos? Everybody listening, thank you guys for tuning in. A beautiful Sunday here in LA, just enjoying some baseball and some Game 7 basketball, which I haven't really watched this season, but I'm having the best time right here, man. We're ready to talk ball, and let's get the show started.
Yeah, dude, we got the weekend recap. We're going to talk about the AL, NL. Paul Skenes has his second start, and he did pretty well out there in Wrigley Field. Kind of brought back a little bit of that Kerry Wood, back in '98, but we'll break it down a little bit. We're going to talk about Shota Imanaga is dealing. I don't know if he's the biggest contract in the offseason, so we'll talk about that as well. And the Astros are playing better baseball despite all the injuries that they have. So some of those players are waking up. So we'll talk about that. And Ron Washington said what? And a lot of people are kind of like, what? Why is he saying that? I don't know. I think we're living in a sensitive era, but we'll talk about all that here on Real Talk Baseball.
Hey there, today's show is presented by Rival Fantasy. Rival Fantasy is your all-in-one fantasy sports platform. It has games like Best Ball, Fantasy Bingo, and Challenges. Make sure to check it out. Use the code Real Talk Baseball when you use RivalFantasy.com or the app Rival Fantasy app. It has a ton of great games for you to win some money. Check it out. Make sure to use a Real Talk Baseball code. They will match up to $200 of your deposit.
Nice. Are you still playing it?
Yeah, let's just say they may kick me out pretty soon.
Making that extra dough, man, extra dough. So one of the players you won't be able to get on or draft anymore will be Jung Hoo Lee. He's going to be out for the full season. Remember, he signed with the Giants at the end of I guess in spring training, and I guess he's having shoulder surgery, dude. Like this guy, it was, I'm one of those guys. I kind of wanted him to succeed, even though he's with the Giants. I picked him up in my fantasy team, but not just that, he looked like a promising player. We will have to wait till next year and see what he brings to the league, but that's kind of sucks, man. It sucks for the Giants. I know the Giants have been playing a lot better, more baseball since he got injured. Not saying that he was the problem, but I was just saying, like, man, it sucks once a player gets injured, the team starts doing a little bit better, and I'm pretty sure Jung Hoo Lee feels like, what the hell, how come you guys are not playing like that? But they are playing the Rockies, so it might be
that. Is true. It's part of the game, right? But it's definitely a tough blow for the Giants. Jung Hoo Lee, which has a great personality, a great locker room type guy. He was playing offensively really well, batting .262 with 38 hits to start the season. And he was really a great defensive center fielder. And that's the reason why he is hurt. He made an incredible catch out in center. And, that's why he's having shoulder surgery right now. He will return to next season, 2025. And I know he'll be bounced back just right back and have a great season to begin with next year.
Sounds good. Hopefully he doesn't come and kill the Dodgers, man, because, I mean, you know how it is. They come back and they start doing really good against them. So,
he didn't get a lot of chance to face the Dodgers that much. He just got a small sample size of Jung Hoo Lee against the Dodgers, but he'll bring it next year.
I'm pretty sure. So let's get started with the recap, man. I know we have the AL, NL. You want to do the AL first?
Yeah, let's get the show started. The AL recap to start this week. We had the first game of the week was the Brewers against the Astros. The Astros took 2 out of the 3 games. And, the Astros have been playing really well. We have a whole segment for the Astros later on this show, but they've been playing offensively really well. And now they have won 3 series in a row. So they're coming in hot. We have the A's against the Royals. The Royals went ahead and swept the A's over the weekend. And the Royals cashed themselves 10 games above 500. Their best start since 2015. Can they beat the Royals from the 2015 champions? And, got a lot of question marks there. We have the Angels versus the Rangers. Actually, the Angels finally won a series this weekend, winning 2 out of 3 in Texas. Where, they have great, strong performances from their starting pitching, which is unheard of, right? We had the Twins and Guardians. Man, what's going on with the Twins, Carlos? The Guardians went ahead and swept the Twins over the weekend. And they had a walk-off home run to complete the sweep with Will Brennan, a guy I'd never heard of, and I just tune in and I watch him hit a walkout, which is pretty cool. They continue to play well and they sit well in first place. I've got Angelo saying Phillies looking forward to the Dodgers and Yankees series. Yes. Thank you for tuning in, Angelo. But then we got the Rays and Blue Jays. Rays took the series 2 out of 3 with Tyler Alexander pitching a gem with a perfect game into the 7th and 8th inning, but unfortunately he blew it. And a bounce back game from Alek Manoah, which went 7 scoreless innings today to avoid the sweeps from the Blue Jays. So Alek Manoah's back. That's a question mark. We got the Mariners versus the Orioles. Orioles went ahead and take the series here from the Mariners, winning 2 out of 3. Gunnar Henderson hits a bomb today to be the tying 15 home run leader. Kyle Tucker unfortunately caught up eventually later on in the day, and Corbin Burns striking out 11 batters. Lastly, White Sox Yankees. The Yankees went ahead and swept the White Sox. Sorry, Jasper, if you're listening out there. But, these Yankees team is looking like one of the best teams in the American League this year, man. And Aaron Boone has just changed the culture there. And so has Juan Soto. So that's all it is for today. AO recap.
Dang, dude, the Yankees are still looking good. Who would have thought? I mean, I know that Soto was going to do his thing, and then Judge is just waking up. Like, he's up there already. He's already hitting up in the 260s, 270s, which is good. We were waiting all year for him to wake up. And then you have, who's the other left fielder for them? Oh, it's, can't think of his name right now. I just blacked out. Really? That sucks, man.
Really, Carlos?
Yeah. I'll come up right now, but I know those 3 outfielders are doing it right now for the Yankees. I know they're playing good baseball. Judge is just waking up for the Yankees and is doing really good. Stanton is the DH right now. I know it's Verdugo. There we go. I knew it was going to come up.
I can't believe you forgot Verdugo. I was going to test you. I was just waiting for you to get it right. I was like, I'm not going to tell Carlos.
Get it right.
It takes him. I like the whole show. If you didn't get it right by the whole show, I was going to be like, come on, really?
Yeah. Hey, but Stanton's a good one because I know he's part of that. I know he's not playing right now outfield. They just have him in the EH spot, and he is waking up for the Yankees. He's playing a lot more better. The Yankees, who would have thought they have a better ERA than any freaking pitching staff out there, dude? So that's good, dude. We didn't think that was going to happen, and look, it's happening right now. So, all right, let's go into the NL recap. I have the Dodgers and Reds. Dodgers took 3 out of 4 on that one. Elly did a Cruz stroll. 4 out of 5 bases on Friday, dude. Like Thursday. Was it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. He did really good, man. And it looked like the series was going to kind of take off for him. And he slowed down. I guess the Dodgers knew how to quiet him. And I guess they did. So we got the Pirates and the Cubs. Of course, everybody was really excited for the Skenes start on Friday. He did really good out there. And we'll talk about him a little bit. We'll try to break down his his stats. Not stats. I'm sorry. His starting how he pitches and stuff like that, because I know for him, he's one of those young prospects that we saw coming up and kind of felt like that Strasburg feel, that Kerry Wood feel, like when they bring them up and they start showing up. So the Pirates did take 3 out of 4 on that one, so the Cubs need to start waking up because they're falling down on the power rankings. And then Washington and Philadelphia, and that's another team that we have our title name after that. We have the Phillies. Are they for real? The only thing with the Phillies is that they've been playing with teams that are under 500. The only games that has count that have been against teams over 500 are the Braves. And that's only 3 games. So it's not their fault.
It was the first weekend of the season, too.
Yeah. And it's not their fault, but it kind of does bring down a little bit or your conversations about the Phillies, but we'll talk about that as well too a little bit later. The Padres, they had a rain delay on Friday. They're going to make up for tomorrow. There was a 4-game series. The Padres won today, of course, or they're about to win. I think they already won, and they won on Friday. So, on Thursday. What is it? They won on Friday, they rained out Saturday, and they played today. So that's 2 games. They're up 2-0, and tomorrow they have a doubleheader. And then the Rockies and Giants, the Giants swept that one. We already talked about Jung Hoo Lee, what happened to him. It sucks for them, but the Giants did sweep the Rockies, which is a good thing for the Giants, not for any Dodger fan who cares about them. And then the Tigers and D-backs. We had the Tigers did win that series against the D-backs 2-1. I don't know if you saw, but Troy Dovello was arguing with Jack Flaherty. What the hell was that about? It looked like the Tigers scored a lot of run, and I guess this guy was just getting mad because they were scoring runs. I
I
mean,
was
come
ready for
on.
some hands to be thrown. I was like, let's get it.
I was ready. Look, I was ready for someone to come out and throw at the batters because of that happening, but it didn't happen. And then you have the Red Sox and Cardinals. The Cardinals took 2 out of 3 on that one, which is kind of surprising. The Cardinals are kind of waking up a little bit. They're not in last place. They're playing baseball. They are in the older side. We've been saying it all season long. It's been 2 months going into the season now. I think it's safe to say it's 2 months, right? So it's time to wake up. And then you have the Mets and Marlins. Marlins took 2 out of 3 on that one. And come on, what's going on with the Mets, dude? Every time we're seeing up, down, we don't even know what's going on with them.
I'm not sure if you heard the story, but Edwin Diaz will be stepping down as a closer now. Looks
Whew.
like after the game yesterday, he was really upset and got kind of tearful
What?
because he's been disappointing. Yeah. You know, he's overcoming a major knee injury from the World
Yeah,
Baseball Classic. And, you know, it's tough to overcome injuries. But he's not having the start he wanted this season. And unfortunately, the guy was kind of feeling it, man, because he's letting his team down.
that's true. I wouldn't be stepping down though. Like he's one of the top closers. He was the top closer before his injury. But I mean, for you to say, like, I don't know if it was a coach's decision or he just decided to say, you know what, I don't think I have it right now. I think the intensity in the ninth inning brings too much pressure to me, and I just want to get to 100%. So it
Yeah.
sucks.
So
It sucks. So
I
so
think the
yeah,
Mets
hey,
just like gave him a chance to step back and just find himself again.
yeah. So yeah, Goldie is over 300 in the last 7 days. Good point right there, Angelo. Like seriously, like Paul Goldschmidt, he was one of my players. I want to say like 5-6 years ago, he was one of the top first basemen, and for us to see him get older and not hitting. Now he's hitting, but not hitting like the way we're used to seeing him. It kind of sucks, because we do see that players are getting older. We start talking about the older pitchers, and we start talking about the younger pitchers, which we're going to start talking about Skenes. And if you haven't seen Paul Skenes pitch, it's kind of one of those things where like you're missing out. Because we said Strasburg, you have Kerry Wood back in 1998 when he came up. He was 28 years old. You have Strasburg. Everybody was waiting for him to come up. Everybody was tuning in. And now Paul Skenes. And you have Paul Skenes coming up throwing 102, 103 mile per hour fastballs in. Like, why not? We got to see him, right? We got to see him on free MLB TV. And then this Friday again, it was a game of the week. So for those of you guys that don't know, you guys can go to MLB and get the app or go to the website, and they have free games for you. So they got one game for free, which is the game of the week for you guys, which is on Fridays, or there's other days as well. But dude, this kid is amazing, man. Are you excited for him?
I think the hype is real. What can I say, man? This guy has done everything in his power just to show that he is the real deal. Angelo says he probably will be the new Strider, and I think so. The way he's looking out there, lights out with his fastball, over 100 miles. His splitter's unhittable. Yes, he's faced the cusp for his first 2 starts into the season, but he looks like a difference maker in the mound, Carlos. He's not afraid of the big moment for a rookie, man. You got to remind yourself, this guy was in college just last season. He's LSU's a number 1 pick for the 2023 draft. Guy just came in, played the minors, and was already dominated from the get-go. Wasted no time. I don't know, man. I think he may be the next top 5 ace, and it was just great for the game of baseball. We really desperately need a new ace in the game. I feel like guys like Verlander, Scherzer, and Kershaw are like on the downhill of their career, and with the amount of elbow injuries going into this season already, we need a pitcher to hype us up, man. Because in the beginning of the season, we're already kind of cutting it like, let's just cancel the season. There's so many injuries, it won't be the same. But with Skenes coming up, I'm excited. What about you, man? Is the hype for real for you?
Dude, it is for real, man. And this is why I want to say I'll go ahead and break out this video that I have for Skenes. I kind of looked at his pitching, and I was looking at him, and look at how he throws. He has his hip going first. He's well balanced, and then he goes back and picks everything up. He throws in. You look at the 90-degree angle arm, and then at the end, he stands up straight with his leading foot, and then he just throws his fastball. So he's just kind of like on it, and we'll go ahead and see this fast motion. When you break it down, you start seeing the things that he's doing right in the mound. He's not landing completely in front of the ball like they told you back in the days where you have to throw the ball and you have to land the defense. He's landing on sideways, which is kind of scary because you have the hitters coming in, hitting that ball, coming back to you 150, 120 mile per hour fastball. That's the only scary part. But when you see him landing, he's ready to catch the ball. I know he's on the side, he's young, dude. He's really young. I think this is gonna be an exciting time for the Pirates. It's gonna be exciting time for that division because the Pirates, remember, they're young. They're young. They're gonna get even better from here on out. And if you have this kid coming out every 7 days, because it's new baseball now, it's not 5 days now. You have 6 days, 7 days, to come back and pitch. I think they're gonna do good things. And of course, he did pitch this Friday, and he had a no-hitter through 6 innings. And what happened? The new baseball doesn't allow you to go over your pitching limit or go through until you finish or someone gets a hit, which kind of sucks. But it is what it is. I mean, I just kind of like the way that this kid is performing. He's well balanced. He's really knowledgeable. His fastball moves and his slider, man, it's just amazing, dude. So I think, to be honest, it's going to be one of those things where the Pirates, if they feel like they can go ahead and push them a little bit further this year, they're going to go ahead and do it. But we will just have to wait and see because they're still young. And I mean, that's what happens, right? When you have someone new coming up, you have to kind of set that inning limit. And I mean,
agree with that, though?
I don't. I think they should release him, dude. They should let him go and do his thing. Because look, so one of the things that I keep mentioning Kerry Wood, and the reason why I keep mentioning him is because on Friday he pitched in Wrigley Field, and it had that vibe. It had like, man, this guy's on fire. This guy's throwing strikes. He's hitting his location. He hit 103 in one of his fastballs. I was just like, wow, and he located. So I know it's the Cubs. He faced them already. This is the second time. His 2 starts started against the Cubs. But when you start seeing his pitch count to go to 80, you're like, he's not coming back out. He's gonna stay there, and that's kind of sucks. With Kerry Wood, he had 20 strikeouts. He had 123 pitches, and he was still going out there. So what's the difference back in the days? And this happened in '98 to now. Like, is it because they're throwing a lot harder now than what they did back then? Like, and that's one of the things that we're all questioning. Why are all these injuries happening? Is it because these kids are throwing harder? They're not prepared to do it? Or are they going out there because these guys are just putting them out there before they even, they belong up there? So, yeah. I mean, I just think it's for real. Like, I think this kid's going to be good, man. And I'm excited.
If you're a Pirates fan, this is exciting times for Pittsburgh Pirates fans. Just like Angelo says in the comment section, Skenes and Jared Jones going to be the top 2 aces in the game of baseball, coming out with Keller there as your third ace. Dude, and pitching is so crucial in the game of baseball. But if you are able to find your 2 top pitchers there, man, with guys like O'Brien Hayes and Brian Reynolds, guys like that can still play really well, man, this Pirates team is going to make some noise down the future. But this is an exciting time for the game of baseball. Yes, it's a Pirates team that's a small market team that doesn't really spend, and I hope they don't trade them away like they did with Garrett Cole in the past. And I hope the Pirates can make some noise down the road so they could compete with the Phillies and be the Kings of Philadelphia.
We would have to wait and see for that one.
Sorry.
Yeah, we would have to wait and see what happens with that one. How many years do you give them before the Pirates become, one of the top teams?
I give them a couple seasons because I feel like the game of baseball is getting definitely much younger. I feel them, like a lot of teams like the Reds, teams that we're supposed to make noise this year are kind of really quiet. So you got to give them 2-3 years before they find themselves.
Yeah.
And start competing with the top teams.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you, dude. So, I mean, I don't know what you think about the little breakdown I gave. That's what the stuff I see when I see a pitcher, especially a young kid like he is, and he's doing everything right. He looks confident up there. He looks like no pressure. He looks like he's been up there already, dude. Ooh. He looks like he's been doing this for a while. So I think it's amazing. It's impressive, exactly.
You thought the Cubs would have adjusted by now, and they did it.
They
look worse.
Yeah, that sucks. All right, well, he did get 11 strikeouts. I'll point that out. I'll put that out there. 6 innings, 11 strikeouts. This looks a lot better than his first start, even though his first start was really good too. So, I mean, let me go ahead and say this before we continue even further. If you haven't liked the video, go ahead and hit that like. If you haven't subscribed and you're new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. If you want to go ahead and ask us questions, go ahead and put it on the comments. We're ready for you. This is a live show. We do stream this show after it gets recorded. We put it on Spotify and any platform that's you can hear your podcast. And we do have it on, Facebook. So it's Facebook and here for sure. So, all right, let's move on, man. Ron Washington. What happened, dude? You're an Angels fan. Tell me what happened with Ron Washington. I'll go ahead and play that.
You really
got to
bring this back up. Oh,
I have to. Go ahead.
As you guys could tell right here, Ron Washington called for a squeeze play in the bottom of the ninth, and unfortunately, Luis Guillermo misses a bunt. It's a terrible pitch, yes. You could tell Ron Washington's face there, the face of frustration after the post game. He makes a couple comments that made people look kind of upset at him, and people started calling him out already this early into the season. It's kind of unfortunate, man. He went ahead and made this comment. It was not anything I did wrong. He didn't do the job, and he's kind of making sure his players are accountable. It's not his fault. Every MLB player should be able to make an MLB bunt. Remember, the Angels are struggling terribly right now, and they feel like Ron Washington has tried his best to calm himself down. And, he understands there's a lot of cast-offs on this Angels teams with the injuries we're dealing with right now. And he's trying his best. But, man, when we're this close to winning, and you can't lay the bunt down, Ron Washington was just frustrated and let it out. But people are calling for his head now. They're upset, Carlos. Angel fans included. They're mad. The comment section. I'll be this Angel fan. And you know what? I side with Ron Washington. Yes. Luis Guillermo should have made the bunt, no matter where the pitch was at. Why? Yeah. Because he's an MLB player, and that's what the call was made. Squeeze play. Get the job done.
That's true. And you know what? He's one of the old school managers out here. He's not just out here, trying to make the club or trying to go up to the major. No, he's already in the major league level. He's already playing or actually coaching, players that have been up here for a while. And if he tells you to put down a bunt, and if you've been practicing it and you don't execute, of course they're going to chew you out. And of course he's going to go out to the media and be frustrated. Look, Mike Trout is out. And Ernie, you know this, you're a fan. Ohtani left. He came to the Angels to try to make the Angels relevant and try to push them to be a little bit better. Right now, these players are not executing. Every year when we see the Angels, they start off hot. Maybe this one is a reverse. Maybe they're starting off cold and then they turn going to get hot, man. So don't give up hope. I'm giving you hope. Hopefully you do feel like, all right, cool. After this, you're going to start turning it back on and it's going to help. But there was, Ron Washington did go to his general manager, and I'll go ahead and play this, man.
I can't take it anymore. You have to start trading them, all of them, now.
Oh, you got to bring a clip of one of my favorite movies. Yeah. So if anybody listening out there, the reason why I'm an Angels fan, born in LA, is because of this movie. Angels in the Outfield was one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid. I watched it a ton of times, and that's why I rooted for the Angels. But yeah, you're right. Ron Washington threw his player under the bus, and we get it. But man, the Angels have been playing so poorly defensively. They've stealing bases are terrible. The fundamentals has been the worst, Carlos. The most basic plays in baseball, and they can't make it happen. They can't even complete a third throw to home. The smallest things, and the team continues to struggle. So, yes, I see Ron Washington's frustration.
Yeah, and you can kind of see it after Nato goes into the dugout. He kind of looks down. He doesn't even look at him. He just like, man, the disappointment. The disappointment of like not even doing something so small where we can go ahead and tie the game and go into the next inning tied and possibly even win that game. Now we're going to the next inning and we're going to be down. And that's where you don't want to be. You want to be in a situation where you want to win. And doing the little small things, like I said earlier, he is one of the old school players, old school managers. I mean, it's just the way that it needs to happen. And it happens with every manager. It's not just him. It happens with every manager. So, I mean, it is what it is, like, we'll see as it goes on, and we'll see if we definitely get to see the Angels improve during the season. Like I said, they always start off hot and they always end up cold. So maybe they're starting out cold, they end up hot, man. So
man, I don't know about that, man.
Keep the faith.
If Genesis says Angels in the outfield in real life, it can happen. Yeah, I mean, it really can, and that's the beauty of the game of baseball. The hot streaks that teams get into sometimes, but it's really tough to see it, especially seeing Trout and Rendon in the IL right now. And even though our pitching has been better than ever from the past decade, wow, the pitching performances has been better. It's just now the offense and the defense. The defense sucks, and we can't get no runners in scoring position sometimes.
Well, I mean, just keep the faith, and we'll go ahead and hope that happens for you and for every Angel fan that's listening. Well, let's move on, man. There's been another player that's been kind of playing really good lately, and I don't know if this is one of the big signings in the offseason. And some people say that it is, some people say it's not. We won't know until the end of the season because he's a rookie. But Shota Imanaga, dude, he's pitching lights out with the Cubs, man. Today, he had 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 7 Ks, dude. How is this kid, kid because he's younger than us, how is he doing this? He's never pitching in major leagues, but he's doing it. He's doing it.
So for everybody that's out there, I feel like his career start is being overshadowed by Skenes' 2 performances, but you got to give credit where credit's due. Imanaga is performing at another level we've ever seen since the Fernando Mania days. He has his 9 career first starts already in the MLB. He has an ERA of 0.84 ERA, which is one of the best starts in a career for baseball. It's a guy that's 30 years old, signed a 4-year, $53 million contract, which is cheap. Mm-hmm. The Cubs won this signing. It is considered for me one of the best signings the Cubs could have done. And the Cubs find themselves competing because of him. Every time he's on the mound, he's just under control. He doesn't have a really fast fastball. He throws like 92 miles, but he has location. He knows where to put the ball, and he has some nasty off speed that has all the batters fooled. And he's doing a great job, man. I'm excited to continue to watch him play. Every time he's on the mound, I'm making sure to tune in because I'm going to see something special.
Yeah, and to add to what you were just saying, Craig Counsell, he's a manager for the Cubs. He's a big defense guy, and he knows how to position players well. If your pitcher's executing, there we go, execution, right? If he's executing his pitches correctly, and wherever those pitches land, and you have your outfield and infield playing in the place that they placed you, dude, this is going to be one of those things where we're going to see a no-hitter from this guy soon because he is kind of lights out. It's really hard to pick up on his ball. I kind of want to break down his pitching. I'll see if we can do it next week. But he kind of hides his ball well. He's a lefty, especially when lefties are pitching and they hide the ball well. Bumgarner was one of those pitchers, and he was really successful for a few years. He was even the MVP in the World Series. So he hit the ball really well until in his later years, he just kind of lost velocity. And he lost his arm angle, and everything was kind of going. His shoulder was opening up. He was seeing the ball, and that's where he started getting hit. But with Imanaga, he's hiding the ball really well. He's like getting all that energy from his hip, throwing it, and making sure his shoulder is opening up to throw that fastball with the end sliders, dude. He's looking good. So
dude, he seems like the really nicest guy in the world too. He thanks the umpire every time he gets the ball from them. He seems like a great locker room guy. The guys love him. Cody Bellinger mentioned today that, man, if that's what Fernando Mania was all about, then that's some exciting stuff to see, man. 9 starts, and he hasn't had a loss. Just keeps competing. Every time he's on the mound, it's like a 0 in the scoreboard every time. The opposing team is not going to score. You already know that's going to happen. Yeah,
that's a good thing because now you only have to score 1 run when he's pitching. Is he going to complete? Let me ask you this. You think he's going to have a complete game this year?
Man, I really hope so. But the way the game is moving forward, I don't see it happening. I really hope Craig Counsell could step back a little bit and give him the chance to complete one. At least just one, you know? If he's moving fast, not throwing many pitches, and getting out the innings quicker than expected, why not?
Yeah, right. Well, he's with the Cubs. Now we're going to move on to the Astros since they kind of been asleep all season, and we kind of been talking about, well, they're the Astros. They still belong in the power rankings. And yeah, they're the Astros. Their batting average is the 2nd best in the league. Oh, they're the Astros. You know, they're going to come back alive. And they're the Astros. They have all these pitchers that are injured. Well, it's looking like they're picking up their game now. They're looking like they're climbing those charts in the West, which, yeah, exactly, right? Like what I thought they were done. And a lot of people are counting them out. And one of the pieces that a lot of people are not talking about is Tucker. Why are people not talking about Tucker? He's a beast, dude. Like Kyle Tucker is batting .281. He has 15 home runs, which he hit two home runs today. I'll talk about a little bit of that because I know he was wearing some orange shoe or some green shoes at the beginning of the game, and he struck out 3 times. He went and changed his cleats, and he had some orange one, and he hit 2 home runs. That helped you out in your fantasy team, right?
Ooh, undefeated, 7-0. Let's keep it. I'm just excited. I just want to say that Kyle Tucker has been performing at a level that we've never seen before. It's looking like the best Astro in the past decade, even better than Springer and Bregman, Altuve, you name it. This guy is performing at another level. He's going to get paid this upcoming season, which is great for him. And he's looking like an early AL MVP favorite so far, competing with Gunnar Henderson. The offense of the Astros just been competing, Carlos. They're now winners of 9 of the last 13 games. Just 2 weeks ago, we saw the Astros sitting in last place, and we were kind of concerned. But we did say they always find a way to come back. And sure enough, Spencer Arrighetti finally finding himself a little bit, and the pitching staff is finally getting healthy. So that's what they really need, man. And now they're going to play the AL West pretty soon, so they'll win some games. You know, they finally were able to sweep the Ace earlier in the week. They're finding ways to win, and that's what they do.
Yeah. And
let's see, Neto says
the
Astros have the 4th toughest schedule thus far into the season. Meanwhile, the Phillies have only played 3 games. That's 3 against teams above 500. That is very true, Neto. The Astros have definitely had a tougher schedule to start the season, but you know, they're the Astros, man. They're going to always fight back, and they're going to find ways to win, and that's what they're doing right now.
Look, I'm not trying to bash on the Phillies because we have a friend that's a Philly fan here on Real Talk Baseball, and no disrespect to anybody, and I just need to understand what's going on. Like when I see things like that, to where the Phillies have the best record in baseball right now, and they're one of the top teams, right? And you're seeing, as you see, Ranger Suarez pitching good games. He has the most complete games this season, which is 2. You know, he's been pitching lights out. But you're looking at the team only facing the Braves that are above 500. And what are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to just play like whatever? No. It's not their fault their schedule is this light. It's not their fault they're playing this way. And the thing with a lot of fans is that they're not giving them the credit they deserve. Because imagine if they started the season with the heavy load, you wouldn't be sorry for them. And let's say like if they played with the season that they're having now and they started losing, you're not going to be sorry for them either. So they're doing what they need to do. They're playing baseball. It's just, you start looking at batting average as a team. You start looking at ERA as a team. They're kind of lower than other teams that are playing competitive baseball with 500 plus win teams. And this is where you start looking at your power rankings. We'll talk about that a little later, but you start looking at your power rankings and you start asking yourself, like, why is this team a little bit lower? Well, you start looking at home runs. You start looking at hits. You start looking at runners in scoring position. You start looking at matches, because those things do count. But it's not their fault that they're playing a light schedule. And this is the question I want to ask you, Ernie. Do you believe, or do you think the Phillies are the best team in the MLB right now?
You know, as a West Coast type of guy, it's hard for me to say that the Dodgers are the best team, but I really want to side with the Phillies, man. They've just been the most hottest, consistent team all season. This season's been kind of interesting. A lot of teams, a lot of players are struggling terribly to start the season. People are blaming it on the cold weather. Some people are finding their rust. But no, the Phillies has been the most consistent team all season. Yes, they're facing the weakest teams in baseball, but what are they doing? They're winning. And it doesn't matter, man. If anybody will tell you, MLB is a difficult sport. You face pitchers sometimes that are really well, and the Phillies are still doing anything in their power to win. Any guy from their 1 to 9 lineup always finds a way to do damage. It doesn't matter. That lineup is strong. The pitching is doing well. Aaron, Wheeler, and Suarez. Those are the best starting rotation in baseball right now, guys. It's hard to say it, but with all the amount of injuries and pitching these days, the Phillies have the best rotation going forward. And it's not their fault they're winning. They got to do what they got to do. Win every series. They have not lost a series since probably early in the season. I think they've only lost 1 all season. And, you know, you can't blame the guys. They're the top guys in the ER. All 3 guys are the top 3 guys of the top 15 in the NL. They're doing their job. They're doing what they're supposed to. They're competing. They're playing well baseball. And they're taking advantage of a Braves team that is struggling right now, guys. I don't know what's happened to the Braves, but Acuna has went MIA. The pitching is obviously struggling. And, you know, this Philly team is not looking back. They're trying to gain advantage and win a division for the first time in a long time in the NL East.
That's true.
So, yes, Philly's number 1 right now. Put them up in the rankings. And it may have changed. And that's part of the game. And that's how it is. But to start the 2024 MLB season, the Phillies are the best team currently right now in the game of baseball.
Okay, that's what you think.
Well,
but for me, I don't think so, and I'll tell you why. Because their batting average is not up there where they need to be. They are playing, and this is why I said they're playing the not the toughest schedule. Because if they were playing the toughest schedule and they were doing this, then their batting average will be up there, of course. they're playing not the best teams, right? They should have their batting average higher than what they have it now. They're 7th in the league in batting average. They're 8th in the league in home runs, which they should be hitting more home runs than now. Neto just mentioned that Schwarber's not even a factor yet. Imagine when he comes to life. The Phillies are going to be a top team. So I'm waiting for those tough matches for the Phillies and to see if they're the real deal. Of course, they have the best team out there and they have the best pitching staff, like you said. And I agree with you with that. When it comes to other teams like the Yankees, the Orioles, they're more complete teams. Why? Because they're playing a little bit more competitive baseball. Now, the question that I have for you is the Braves that are playing second place baseball right now. Do you think that they're doing this on purpose? Because you've heard Snicker always say, I'm not fond about the playoff bracket and holding that rest for 5 days. So do you think that's a factor right now?
Nah, man, I don't know. That's a good question, and I do see it happening, but no, I just feel like the Braves are struggling, man. Have you seen Acuna play lately? He just dropped a fly ball in right field today.
I did.
He's not looking at himself, man. I'm really questioning his MVP season now. Like that's looking like a fluke, and that's what I hate about the game of baseball. Sometimes these guys go ahead and win MVPs for 1 year and never become the same player ever again, and that's kind of sad. But yes, I see the Braves trying to pull the Phillies on them now. You know, they're trying to twist it around on them.
So have that mentality of like, we don't care about the season, we just care about playoff.
You know, you lost Strider, you lost your best ace, and your bullpen's kind of questionable. Iglesias sometimes, you know, and the batting has just been kind of quiet. I feel like there's no rush. They know the Mets suck. They know the Marlins suck. Everybody in that division is not going to compete. It's just Phillies and Braves, pretty much it. And so why not sit back, get the wild card, just come in hot when you have to, and take down the Phillies.
Take down the Phillies, man. That's what it sounds like. That's what it's going to look like at the end of the season. It looks like the Phillies are going to be that top team or the team to beat, but there's still a lot of baseball to go, man.
Oh, it is. It's too early. Like, yes, the Phillies for me is the best team, but we're talking about we still have like 4 months of baseball left, and injuries come and go, and we don't know what's going to really happen. And the outcome of baseball could just change in the span of a minute. You know, one injury, one play, you never know.
True. Let's talk about a little bit of Elly de la Cruz, man. He was here in LA. He was playing the Dodgers, and I saw him steal 4 out of 5. He got caught in the last one, and I thought he was going to turn it on the whole rest of the series. He's had an interview where they asked him, like, why do you like LA so much? Well, he said the first city that he came to was Los Angeles, and that he said this is his city. No disrespect, of course, he said. He said this is one of the things that when he first came here, this is the city that I want to be in. He likes to play in. He likes to be in Dodger Stadium. He likes the big crowds. So if you are from Cincinnati and you're a Reds fan, go out there and support the guy, because this guy likes to see the fans out there and supporting
I'm really
them.
upset I didn't go this weekend, man.
It would have been nice, right? It would have been nice.
Yeah,
it was
I really wanted to see
today,
Elly.
dude. I was thinking of going to today's game, and I was going to buy tickets in the morning, and I looked, there was no tickets. I'm like, why is there no tickets? Was there a giveaway? I'm like, no, you know, when there's a giveaway, there's definitely no tickets. But
Talking
today,
about giveaways.
I was looking at, and I'm like, go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it. The giveaway, man. Go ahead.
Oh, no, but well, first let's talk about Elly. He's a special type of player, man. I should have gone to see him this weekend. He's one of those type of talents that you must watch TV or must watch in person, because the speed he has around the bases. That Thursday game, he showed who he is, his speed, man. If you guys don't know, he already has 30 stolen bases into the season. He's on pace to have over 100 stolen bases right now. And it's something that we've never seen in the game of baseball. So, yes, he said he loves LA. And ever since he made that comment, he went on to struggle the remaining games of the series. It's unfortunate, but, man, it's Elly de la Cruz. He's one of the top-tier players. I don't see the Reds getting rid of him at all, guys. He's that type of talent you just got to hold on and never let go.
Yeah.
Because those type of talent, it comes and goes, man. And it doesn't come that often when you get this unique talent like Elly. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true. But there's a question here. What's the odds Elly is a Dodger in 3 years? The odds for me is not looking too good. They still have to pay that Ohtani contract. You have all these contracts that are deferred right now. And I don't see, unless a miracle happens, we'll see him as a Dodger. But I don't think the Reds are going to do that, because he's part of that rebuilding project and that rebuilding team that they're trying to get their pitching, of course, situated. Once they get that pitching situated, they already have their hitting core, they'll be okay. And I think the Reds are on the road to winning that division. either maybe this year, maybe next year, but it's gonna happen soon. So I don't think him moving at this point, it's not gonna happen. But I don't want to burst your bubble, but like I said, I don't see it happening. It's just me. Do you see that happening, Ernie?
No, I don't see it happening, unfortunately. Yes, I wish every Dodger fan will say they would love to see Elly De La Cruz on their roster, right?
Yeah.
Given the fact that they need a shortstop, but Mookie's there right now, and he looks like he's doing just a fine job playing short. But talking about Ohtani this weekend, I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but Ohtani had a bobblehead giveaway, and it was a freaking insane environment and Dodger Stadium. Fans just showing up 3 hours before the game.
4 hours.
4 hours. You saw the lines, Carlos? Wow. This didn't even look like true Dodger fans. I'm just going to call Dodger fans out, man. Where were they last year in the playoffs? Because I did not see that amount of people waiting to get into the playoff seat last year. I was there for game 2 against the Diamondbacks, and let me tell you, that Dodger Stadium was the quietest, loneliest Dodger Stadium I had ever seen for a playoff environment. And the amount of crowd Ohtani brings to the stadium, I'm like, damn, this is crazy how one-in player like Ohtani makes a huge impact like that. He's a generational talent. I get it, but man, they didn't look like true Dodger fans to me. I'm just gonna call them out.
That's what it is, man. And you go to eBay, you go to other places, and you see the bobblehead that they put up there. They're trying to sell it for $1,000. Get the hell out of here, dude! Like, are you kidding me? Like, you're trying to make money off of something an event you went to get a freaking bobblehead, and you're trying to sell it. Like, nah, dude, that's not cool. Like, and this is where real fans get pissed off. Like for me, for instance, when you have the 4th of July and you have special events that you really want to go to, you have the non-Dodger fans buy those tickets and then they try to resell them, and that's where the freaking ticket costs so much. It sucks. That's just the way it is. It's business. I get it, but let's be more better. I think we should be better as fans, as a baseball fan, as a Dodger fan, whatever fan you are. I mean, don't do that to your city team. I think it sucks, man. It sucks. It does. And that's good you're calling them out, because this is not cool. Whatever team it is, if you're if you come from New York and you came to LA and you want to see Ohtani at Dodger Stadium and you can't because someone bought the ticket that's not a real baseball fan and he's just there to, get his bobblehead and get out, that's not cool, man. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I wanted to ask you, since we were in the Elly De La Cruz, we kind of went a little bit ahead, but I wanted to ask you, is he going to reach 100 stolen bases?
No, man, there's no way. I feel he's going to slow down just a bit, and I don't see it happening, dude. I really, man, if he does, wow, that would be impressive, right?
Yeah.
But no, I don't see it happening. I don't know. I just feel like he's going to slow down on sitting the bases, just going to focus on hitting. But you never know. We saw Acuna hit 70. I definitely see him passing Acuna, without a doubt.
The bases are bigger, though. I think they're talking about Ricky Henderson. They're talking about all these past players that have the stolen base records and stuff like that. Those bases were a lot smaller compared to now. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of difference, but it when it comes to that stat, stealing bases, you had 70 stolen bases last year from Acuna. Now you're talking about Elly De La Cruz already have 30 stealing bases. Remember that. So you're 1/3 of the season. So that means he's going to potentially reach that 90 mark for sure if he keeps that pace, right? Is that a record that you're going to be like, wow, that's amazing? Or are you going to be like, well, they did change the bases. They did put, if you throw more than 2 times, the 3rd time it's a balk and you get rewarded the second base or third base, whatever base is next. All those rules have something to do with it. And, right? So is that record going to be like, whoa,
for me it is. Yeah, because obviously the rules change and everything. That's part of the game. Things always change, but he's taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
No matter what, we've never seen something like this since Ricky Henderson days.
Yeah.
He was the only guy that was known to steal bases, and that was really good at it. But if Elly De La Cruz continues to do this on a season basis, like every season, man, this is going to be something impressive. I know one season will probably be like, okay, yeah, he had a great year, but he has to do this consistently for me. If he does this for 4 or 5 years in a row with this amount of stolen bases, then I'm going to be really impressed. But you got to give it up to him, man. He's doing his job. He's doing what he's doing best. He dissected Austin Barnes. He knew he had a weak arm on Thursday, and he took advantage of him. And that's what he does. He studies, dude. That's what he has to do. He studies. He knows who's in the back of the catcher, and he knows who's going to steal the base from.
True, true. Sorry, I was just trying to get the power rankings. My power rankings. I didn't have time to get the Ernie's power rankings. I kind of not fell asleep. I was outside and I saw the text. I'm like, damn it. Well, We'll go ahead and post it on Instagram. We'll put all your teams. I know you don't agree with mine. You already said that the Phillies are on top, right? But I just want to go through mine right quick, and then we can go through yours, and we can switch them up, of course. So this is my power rankings right now. Like I said earlier, it's because it's based on on batting average. It's based on home runs, hits, runs scored. I know a lot of people don't like that term runs scored. I guess because I'm old school. I like that. You have to get on base, move over, and bring them in. For me, that's a big stat. I know they're bringing in these bat velocities, all these things that are brand new. And for me, I'm just kind of lost in that world. That's the new type of baseball. Like, what the hell's going on? You can hit a 101 mile per hour fastball and it just goes 3 feet and you get a base hit. That went probably 8 miles per hour. So, I mean, that's just the way it is for me. So for right now, this is my power rankings. I have the Cubs, Mariners, Brewers, Royals, Guardians, Braves in 5 because they have been playing a little bit, down. Orioles, Phillies, Yankees, Dodgers. And I'm just going to mention those 4 teams right there can switch up so many ways.
It's like every week they switch up.
Yeah, those 4 teams can switch up so many ways. And like I said, the Dodgers are leading in batting average. That's a big stat for me. I know like the batting stats for a lot of people are different. And the Yankees are playing really good baseball. And Judge, like we said earlier in the show, he's waking up. He's doing his thing. He's helping the Yankees out. Verdugo, I got it right. Verdugo, Judge, and Juan Soto.
Okay. I mean, I like your rankings from like 7 to 10, but then the top 4 I would switch up a little bit here and there.
And go ahead.
So for me, like I said, the Phillies are number 1 right now. They're 20 games above 500. They deserve to be they're the best team to me personally right now at this moment. And for 2, I would have to have the Yankees there, and then the Dodgers follow 3 to me. I just feel like the Dodgers are kind of inconsistent here, and they're still getting beat here and there. Some games they should be winning. So I see Phillies, Yankees, Dodgers, Orioles, and then the shocker for me right now, it's what I would shock a lot of people is that I would put the Guardians at number 5 over the Braves. Ooh. I just feel like the Guardians are playing a little bit better baseball. They find themselves 30 games already. Sorry, they have 30 wins and 17 losses. They just went ahead and swept their competitor Twins, which was a really hot team that had won a lot of games recently. They're playing their best baseball. Jose Ramirez is looking like an all-star caliber MVP season, and the pitching's holding down there as well. So I just find that Braves struggling a lot right now. They're in a slump that I've never seen them before in these past couple of years, and it's unheard of. So I just find the Guardians are playing better baseball these days.
Yeah, and I wouldn't disagree with you. Like all these teams that are in the top 10. I know I said the 4 top, but it's just when you move on to the 5, 6, 7. Who do you have at 5? Who do you have at 6? And then you move to 8, 9, 10. Do the Cubs belong in there? Do the Mariners belong in there? Because the Astros are playing good baseball. They're the second highest batting average. For me, they're number 11. They just didn't make this top 10. The Astros are definitely there. The Astros are moving up. And that's what's the scary part with the Astros, because they don't have their complete team. But the Mariners are playing good baseball too. And I can't just leave them out. The Cubs have just lost this series against the Pirates. The Pirates have all these things going on for them right now. We talked about Paul Skenes, of course. It's everything with them. And then Neto saying that the D-backs, they went to the World Series. I know you're talking about they beat the Tigers and they're going to face the Dodgers next week. Usually when a team goes and plays the Dodgers, they usually step up their game and they do play well, which is a good thing. It's good for baseball, right? It's really good for baseball. And for me, I just feel sometimes that when we look at, like, I don't have the Rangers in here. I got them at number 12. And they're playing good baseball, but I think they could do a lot more better than that, dude. A lot more better. Tony's saying top MLB teams, Dodgers, and the Dodgers. Tony, that's a good one, dude. I like that one. But I do want to say what Angela's saying. He did say that the Dodgers Yankees in the World Series at the end to have the Fall Classic. That would be great. Me and Ernie were talking about during the week. We said, when are we going to see the Angels Dodgers? I think the previous series we need to see. We saw the Subway Series. We saw the the New York Mets and the New York Yankees. We've seen the Bay Area World Series, which is the Oakland A's, which they're not going to be in Oakland anymore, but at least we got to see a World Series or mention of a World Series in '89, right? Which was San Francisco Giants and the Oakland A's. And of course, we saw the Texas Rangers and the Astros battle it out to go to the World Series, which is a good thing too. Because do you remember that the Astros were in the National League, Ernie?
That is true. The Astros were once in the National League, and they were terrible. I do remember. And that's the reason they moved them to the American League. I'm still mad. They should have stayed in the National League for all I care. Ever since they came to the American League, it screwed the Angels over. That's all I got to say.
All right. So I've been talking about Kerry Wood a lot. Who was the team that he faced to get all those 20 strikeouts?
Oh, damn.
I'll give you a hint. You just mentioned it.
No, wait. The Angels?
The Astros.
Astros. Okay.
Yeah, the Astros. They had a good team, dude. That team won 102 games. I didn't believe it when I saw that. I'm like, wow.
Dude, I was so small. I was only 7 years old when this happened. Probably 6, but I do remember already watching this on TV. I didn't watch the game, but I remember watching highlights. But this is crazy. The Astros were definitely in the NL Central at the time, and that Cubs team was really strong in '98 with Sammy Sosa having that epic season.
Yeah, and you talk about Mark McGwire hitting those home runs. They were chasing the 70. What? That's not 72 or 71. What is it? 61 home runs, I guess.
Yes, Roger Maris.
Yeah. Rangers, no 11. Neto, tell me where would you put the Rangers? I'm curious. Number 11. Number 11. Yeah. I have them at 12. I said.
Yeah, but for me, the reason why I feel the Rangers belong at 12 or 13 for me is because the Rangers lost to the Angels at home this weekend, and that was pretty bad. And you barely beat the Angels on Saturday night yesterday. And so for me, they've been struggling offensively. I'm not sure what's going on in Texas. I got that World Series hangover over there. And, it always happens. These teams get really hot in October, and they come back to the next season. They're not the same team anymore.
Nah. They feel like, I'll just relax a little bit and then wake up and then do whatever I need to do. Those were our power rankings. I'll go ahead and put Ernie's. We'll do the Instagram post. If you guys don't follow us on Instagram, go ahead and do that right now if you can. We do have the TikTok as well. We'll put that on there too. If you agree, cool. If you don't, I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear you say, Carlos, you're wrong. Ernie, you're right. Or Ernie, you're wrong. Carlos, you're right. Whatever it is, we just want to hear it. We just like to talk baseball. We just want to get that message out there for a lot of people. We appreciate everybody being on here and being active. We really like that for sure. Like, there's been shows that we've been one active and then, a little bit here, a little bit there, but we really like when people are active and, back and forward, because that makes the show what it is, and the engagement. And we had 10 people on, which is really amazing. So I love that.
Make it 20.
Yeah, let's make it 20 for next show. Word of mouth. Yeah, go ahead.
Wait till the days when we have so many comments and we're not going to be able to get through all your comments. That's going to be crazy. I know. I've seen other live shows, and I'm like Stephen A's or like Shannon Sharp, the amount of thousands of people just posting comments. I'm like, there's no way we would ever be able to get through those messages.
We're just going to have to type in or look at the one that we were like, wait, that one caught my eye. Let me go ahead and put it like this one right here. We're like, thanks, y'all. See, that one caught my eye. We can do that. And then we have Tony again over here being, hey, yo, what's going on?
He'll moderate the show. Yeah. We need a producer in the back. Tony, come on, join the show.
Yeah, we can do that. Or someone check the Braves fans. You know what? Definitely gonna go do that, because I do have a few friends. They have been texting me about their Braves, and they haven't been saying the nicest things about them. They've been kind of giving up on them, and it's too early to give up, or too early to say, you know what, this player is not gonna show up anymore. I just think they're gonna do a good job. They're gonna get there. It's just the question about the Braves is, do they want to win the wild card, or do they want to win the division? And that's a huge question. We've been hearing these managers talk about, we don't like the bracket. We don't like how it is. So what are you going to do about it? Is win the wild card. But that's really hard in itself to do. It's kind of like saying, I'm going to go to class and only get a C. How do you do that? How do you do that and say, I'm going to get a C in class and that's all I'm going to do? How do you do C work? Like you don't know. Like, so
it's a pass. It's a pass. You made it.
Well, C's get me degrees. That's how it is. Yeah. But still, like, it's hard to do.
And talking about the Padres, that's what the Padres are doing right now. Playing 500 ball, sneaking as the last playoff wildcard spot right now. That seems like it's going to get you in playing 500 ball these days.
Yeah,
He mentions the Padres beat the good teams, but lose to the Rockies. Yeah, that was kind of tough to see. The Rockies went ahead and swept the Padres earlier in the week, right?
yeah.
And it was kind of like, that's embarrassing, Padres. Come on, get it together.
Well, they did win the series against the Dodgers, and if you've been part of the show from the get-go, you know how I say, oh, they always come and show out against the Dodgers, but then they play the smaller teams, and I'm not saying smaller, I'm just saying, I guess, the teams that are not performing well, and they get swept. And that's a big no-no. If the Padres want to compete, they need to stop talking about the Dodgers. Every post that I see about the Padres is the Dodgers, Dodgers, Dodgers. I don't know, they're trying to just get bait to get followers, but put it to rest. Come on. Put your focus on the teams you're facing. Like right now, you're beating the Braves. The Braves are not an easy team, and you should be proud of that. But you're over there still posting Dodger stuff on your Padre website. Are you kidding me? Move on, dude. Move on. Like we're not right.
You ran over.
Yeah, right. My rant's over.
Fortunately, the Padre fans just seem to hate the Dodgers a lot, and it's kind of crazy, but. It is what it is. They're trying to make it a rivalry, and it's good. It's good for the game of baseball.
Of course. And C's get degrees for sure. And then we got Tim. The Yankees are. They are good. Definitely, they are good. We talked about the Yankees earlier. Thank you for joining. But we would like to see. Go ahead.
Sorry, Tim. Yeah, the Yankees are playing great ball. What can we say about it, man? What a change of culture just in one season. Aaron Boone was just in the hot seat last season, thinking he was about to get the heck out of there, but no, he's changed the environment. They're winning. It's good for the game of baseball. Juan Soto should get paid. I'm just saying, you got to secure the man now.
And that's the question I wanted to ask, dude. So this is the final question before we hit that hour. We are the Power Hour. We are live. If you have more questions, put it on there. Juan Soto, is he going to be a Yankee next year? And for how much are they going to sign him for?
Dude, you got to give him his $500 million contract. You haven't paid the guy. You see the impact he's done in that team. He rejected a 13-year, $440 million contract from the Nationals. He just wanted something better. And at the time, we were like, "Is this guy crazy?" But no, he's proven why he deserves that money. He plays really well, and defensively, offensively, it's a guy that gets on base every time, man, and he's good for the game of baseball.
And I know Scott Boras is his agent. Is that a good idea for Soto to keep him as his agent?
I think it's best he keeps his options open and starts calling other guys. Can he have two agents? Just saying.
I think he needs to start looking because I think MLB is trying to kick Scott Boras out after this season, to where he had these players on the shelf and no one was calling to Scott Boras and saying, "Hey, what's going on with Snell? Is he keeping up? Is he throwing? How's he doing?" And then you have Montgomery that fired him. He was like, "Nah, dude, you didn't give me the contract that you said you were going to get me." Now Soto, he declined that big contract with the Nationals, which was above that $400 million mark. Now with the Yankees, is he going to get that 450 plus or that 500 plus? We would have to wait and see. And the Yankees, if they really want to keep him and they want to win a World Series, I think they should go ahead and sign him, dude, because that's a huge like bat.
You need another star to align with Aaron Judge. He just can't do it himself. Nah. And it was proven last year how much they struggled when Judge went down. And so you need Soto, Judge, and obviously Stanton's on his way out pretty soon.
Yeah,
you just need a second, third outfielder out there, and just focus on your pitching.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, and
Mark Smith looks nice, dude.
Yeah,
the bullpen's awesome.
The bullpen's awesome. The pitching is awesome. It's the best in the ERA in the major leagues. The Red Sox. That's why I'm wearing the Red Sox hat right now. They have a good ERA as well. Their pitching staff is up there. It's just they're not hitting in. So with the Yankees, Stanton's on his way out, but you're still paying this man. Remember, A-Rod went to the Yankees getting paid that big contract, and they were talking about if they don't win the World Series, that's a bust. With Stanton, it's looking like if they don't win a World Series, that's going to be a bust as well. Remember, he came from the Marlins. He signed the big contract with the Marlins, which you're wearing the Marlins hat, and then he got traded to the Yankees. And ever since he's been with the Yankees, he hasn't been doing all that great. And Yeah,
Mhm.
we covered a lot of stuff today, Ernie. How do we
Dude,
get
we
through
went fast.
it?
I don't know. We went at 100 miles an hour. Like topic. Yeah, it's all good, man. We love to talk baseball with you guys, but we try to keep it all within 1 hour. We try to keep it quick and fast, quick to the point. Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in today and listening to the show. We had a great one here with you guys today. I'm not sure if next Monday or Sunday we'll try to get on. If not, we'll be coming back in 2 weeks. It's Memorial Weekend, so just give you guys a quick update. We may take next week off just because of the holidays, but we'll be back with more news for you guys. So make sure to hit that like and subscribe if you're a first-time listener. We'll hope to see you guys soon.
Yeah. Tony, no, that was too fast. Join a little bit faster, man. We love your comments. We love talking to you. Maybe we can have you on the show one of these days and talk nothing but baseball. I know you like your little Cubbies. And I say little Cubbies because I know you say you're a Dodger fan, but then a Cubs fan? Gotta revoke that Dodger card. We will see. We will see, man. From all of us here at Real Talk Baseball, I'm Carlos Baseball. This is Ernie Orange. It was a pleasure giving all these news to you and talking baseball with you guys. Signing out.